All right. Welcome to the Debrief with Dave O'Neill, and I've got comedy legend Peter Helliar in the car.
Hey, Dave.
Pretty exciting. It's Sunday night in Melbourne.
And we just we pulled over to put the microphones on just across the road from a booze bus, so they're probably wondering what the fuck was going on. Why?
Is that a marijuana deal? But no one get out of the car. What are they doing? Some kind of sexual activity?
Are they trying to avoid the booze bus by just parking?
There's one up here too, though. They've got on both sides.
Oh, we might actually have to go through it.
Oh, we're going to go through it.
You got to go through it, don't you? Yeah.
Oh.
Is it illegal to record
a podcast? I don't know. Someone asked me the other day. I said, well, it might be one. Oh, my God.
We're going. Cool.
We're going to go. Cool.
Right.
Oh, no. What's he doing?
Oh, come on.
You're going to run him over.
I hate it when you want to go in.
Yeah, and you're sober. You're sober as. What's he doing? Oh, they're just getting ready. Don't worry, we'll come on the way back.
On the way back.
Because I've just picked you up from your house and we're going to... Where are we going, Pete? The Collingwood Football Club.
We're going to the Collingwood Football Club. You're doing a favour for me. So we have
you love your Collingwood heartland.
I love Collingwood. They're one of my great loves of my life.
Got the wife and the kids first, then
absolutely, yeah, that's pretty much the order. Yeah. And we have a Collingwood group, and we all get together and discuss Collingwood.
Do you?
And yeah, we basically chat, like a couple of ex-players, a few kind of people who work in the media industry. And it's a bit of an eclectic group. There's Barry Cassidy's in there.
Oh, Barry Cassidy.
Tommy Little and Merrick Watts are in there. Matty Preston. But so Nick Maxwell, who's also in the group, premiership captain, he said, listen, he's in charge of like the team culture and morale building down at the club, and he said, well, we're doing a comedy night for the players after one of the games. Will you, Tommy and Merrick, do the gig? And I said, yeah. We all said, yeah, absolutely. And then a few weeks ago, Tommy said, actually, I can't do it now because the project's moved to Sydney. Sunday night. And Mez just went, oh yeah, sorry, I can't do that one anymore.
Well, he's in Sydney anyway.
He's in Sydney. So I happen to be doing a gig at the Fairfield Funhouse, which is always a great gig. And I forgot that you now barrack for the Bulldogs, but I kind of recognise you as a reasonably fair weather Collingwood supporter back in the day.
I'm from a Collingwood family.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's huge Collingwood man.
So I said,
and Oaksy
and Brad Oakes, who's mad Collingwood, loves it. And I said, would you do a gig for Collingwood? And you said, how much? And I said, not much at all, about nothing. And you still here you are, you're still doing it.
Here we are on a Sunday night.
Yeah, so I took Oaksy to the President's lunch today.
Oh, great.
The Pies played Fremantle. So this is the pressure of the game. So there's two comedians there. You couldn't make it today. You're going to bring your dad along, but you're going to come back another time.
Yeah, I've been to one of those lunches before. Dad loved it.
Yeah, so he's going to come back another time. But me and Oaksy were there, and we're playing a Fremantle, who we should have, we should win. But the pressure of knowing you're doing a gig in front of the players tonight.
Yeah.
That's,
that's one of the reasons you picked this game, isn't it?
Yeah. Maxie gave us the option of a few games, and I thought, Fremantle, only Melbourne, if you're going to lock one in, maybe that's the one. So it's all...
They did win, didn't they? I had a look at the score.
61 points, a good win.
Phew.
Good win. We had a debutante kick 4 goals.
Oh, yeah, that young guy.
Yeah.
No, he's not young.
He's not
been
young,
playing
actually.
forever.
Yeah, he's been playing forever. 26-year-old played his first game of AFL football. We're sitting near his parents, actually. So
what's his name?
Brody Mychek.
Oh, Brody. Okay.
Checkers, we're calling him.
Checkers, mate.
Myself
Checkers.
And your mate Steve Curry and myself and Oaksy decided it was Checkers.
Is Curry Collingwood?
Curry's Collingwood, yeah. He's in it,
Right, okay.
He's in our group.
Why isn't he here tonight? Is he going to be here tonight? Or he can sort of do a bit. He can do comedy.
He should have come along, yeah.
He's got 2 kids, though. It's probably hard to leave. He's gone to the game. It's hard for him to go home and say to Nads, his wife, well, look, I've been home for half an hour, but I've got a bit of a function on.
That's pretty much what I did, though. But,
your kids are older than his, though, I reckon.
I think you're right. So we don't know what's ahead of us, Dave. I've told Maxie to make sure there's
that's why
tables at the front. No, so chairs at the front, like rows of chairs.
Have you been to the actual? I know it's in the Holden Centre, which I've driven past many a time, which is where they train. What is there a bar in there, or is it going to be in the rooms? Or?
No, mate. It's in the
foyer.
Yeah, it's in the foyer.
Don't worry, I've done one at the Bulldogs foyer.
Because
the guy kept trying to sell it to me. No, it's like a separate performing area. And then I got there, it was the foyer.
Yeah.
And so much so that people would walk through to other functions and just look at me. What's that fat guy talking? Like, what's happening over here? That wasn't for the Bull. That was for a Western Suburbs business networking afternoon or something like that.
I went and did a gig for the Western Bulldogs pre-season about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was at the new president, then the new president's Peter Gordon, who's a very wealthy man.
He started Slater and Gordon.
Slater and Gordon, yeah.
The law firm.
And it was at his house. And I was basically just in their entertainment area, like their barbecue area in their backyard.
So
big house outside. With all the playing group just standing around with their partners. And I got through it. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I just mentioned that before. That's the one that Danny McGinley tweeted about and then got interviewed on radio. How he struggled. And he's a big Bulldogs man. Because it sounds like quite an awkward gig.
Yeah, well...
Play it.
I'll certainly off out the project when we have school groups come in, particularly boys, they get a bit self-conscious, and they kind of don't laugh out loud. We always find them a bit tough, and we tell them now. We say this is what usually happens, so try to buck the trend and not do that. And it's not dissimilar to footy groups, to be honest. So tonight it's the playing group and some partners and the coaching staff and the staff who work at the club.
I'm just picturing Nathan Buckley standing sort of behind us with his arms folded, just staring at people.
Well, it's funny because I
know Nathan, but don't like what are you laughing for? Because he used to do radio on Nova when I was on Nova.
Yeah, well,
and he's a good guy.
He's a great guy, and he's got a really good sense of humour, and I
don't think a lot of people know that though.
But sometimes the players will feel a bit particularly the younger players, self-conscious. If we're doing a risque gear, are we supposed to be laughing at this? Am I going to not get a game next week because I'm laughing at Helliar's joke about his vasectomy?
Yeah, and it's a workplace too. It's their workplace.
Yes, yeah. So,
oh man, maybe we should turn around.
Let's turn around. Well, I really
leave Oaksy there by himself.
I really don't know what to expect. I'm not sure what the sound system's going to be like.
The lighting. I should have bought a light. I've got a light.
Yeah. So
I don't have it in my car, but a spotlight. Anyway, look, we'll check back in. What a cliffhanger! What an absolute cliffhanger! And the good thing about my podcast, there's probably no ads, so just stay tuned and we'll be back in about a second to tell you how it went. It'll be like Scooby-Doo.
Are you going to play good old Collingwood in between?
Oh, yeah, we could play that. Yeah, we can play Collingwood theme song. Well, only a little bit. Not too much. I know the words because of Kev.
It was a good win.
Hardcore Collingwood. He probably went. I think he said he was going to go after I'm telling him. Then he said he was... He had a lunch at the Ringwood RSL. That's why he couldn't go. So he had a lot of stuff going on, mate.
Right,
a lot of stuff going on in the 83-year-old's life. All right, we'll be back on the debrief with Peter Helliar. Wish us luck, everyone. Godspeed.
Goodbye.
See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
All right, yeah, we'll be in touch. You're back on the debrief with Peter Helliar, Dave O'Neill here, and we've done the gig. Man, what a disaster. Oh, stinker.
I now barrack for Karl.
I've been punched by a guy called Goldsack. It went very well, actually.
It went very well.
And hats off to Nick Maxwell, isn't he? He's a former captain, former legend.
Yeah.
See, I don't know much about football, so I was just picking on people in the crowd. I had no idea who they were.
It was a great way to start.
Because they're all legends.
Because you just walked on stage without knowing who was who, and just, smashed these guys.
Who was the guy on the apricot jumper? He's apparently one of the best kickers.
That was
Joel someone?
Jordan DeGoey. Yeah. He's one of the stars of the competition at the moment.
Right.
James H. You had a slice of.
And Goldsack.
Tyson Goldsack.
My favourite Goldsack.
Yeah, the guys who were sitting in the front row. Daniel Wells did mention to somebody else that you let him alone a little bit. It was because it was Indigenous round this week, is it?
That was part of the thinking. Part of the thinking was Indigenous round. But also, I didn't know what to say. I'm looking at him going... I said at one point, are you from WA? Because I do a joke about Ben Cousins. He's like, yeah, I'm from... But I don't know. What would I say to him?
Well, Aishi and Tyson had the beard, so there's the hipster element to those guys.
The hipster.
But no, it went really well. Relieved. Oaksy, who was...
did well.
He killed it. It's a funny old gig, though, when you're...
Well, you know what? We were in the foyer. You can't tell me that's not a foyer. Is that a foyer we performed?
That's kind of the...
Is it a cafe?
It's a function... Yeah, it's like a cafe function area.
That sort of is a foyer.
Yeah, well, there is another foyer. There is another foyer. So it's not the foyer.
Okay, it's not the foyer.
No.
It looked like a foyer.
Yeah.
But they set it well, and
It was set up just well enough.
Yeah, to get away with it.
And the sound was just well enough.
Yeah.
Or good enough. And the lighting was just good enough.
And you used your knowledge of you knew about Brody, that guy that
Brody Mychek,
his first game, didn't he?
I mentioned, but yeah, it was they were all very lovely, and thankfully
it was a success.
It was a success.
Thank God.
But to look out for me, and it's these guys that actually watch every week.
Is that intimidating to see these guys? People that you admire.
It is. A lot of these guys had come to my show during the comedy festival.
Right.
I did comment to one of them. I said, "Now you've seen it's a big difference between a 1,000-seat theatre, the comedy theatre in Melbourne, as opposed to the Holden Centre.
Yes, foyer basically.
Yeah, there's maybe 60, 80 people.
Nathan Buckley was there. Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks, and we got jumpers.
We got jumpers signed by the team, which is very exciting. Exciting for my dad, who's a Collingwood tragic, because it's got O'Neill on the back.
Yeah, and
he'll put that on and wear it to the Freemasons.
Brad Oakes was very touched and excited by that. And,
he loved it. He's a Collingwood tragic.
Yeah, he had a great day. And he's very funny. He did a joke. It's funny. Sometimes we forget our own jokes.
Oh, no.
They're really good jokes. And Oakes was trying to think of any kind of sporting jokes that he had. And I said, mate, you've got this. Do your Brownlow, the Queen and the Brownlow joke.
Yeah.
It's a great joke about him going to the footy in 1970 and seeing the Queen. The Queen was at the MCG doing a lap in an open-top Rolls Royce.
Right.
And he watched the Queen go around and he thought, hang on a second, did the Queen win the Brownlow?
That's a great joke.
It's a great joke. And apparently he hadn't done it for years.
I haven't heard him do that for ages.
I reminded him of that and he was like, and he did, and he brought the house down.
Did he say he was a fitness coach for the Essendon Football Club? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did, no.
No, that's another good one of his.
No. You did the Bomber Thompson gags.
I did some a bit of bomber action, and I go anywhere, Pete. See, I don't know the sensitivity areas. I just don't know.
Which works really well.
What's really... Yeah, Ben Cousins jokes. Yeah, it's all quality. I did change a joke. I normally do a joke about Collingwood, but I changed it to Carlton. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot, I realise. Oh, well. Job well done.
Yeah. It's one of those gigs that
Did you wake up thinking about it?
No, not really. And
you want to do well because you want to go back and see those guys.
Yeah, and I wondered whether I should have thought about it a bit more.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those, I had a good gig. It's a good, solid gig.
No, you did well.
But I wonder if I had maybe reached back into my catalogue, I could have maybe done a bit more younger people gear. But at the same time,
I did scroll through my notes before and just going no, because I do a lot of I do a lot of parenting stuff.
Yeah. And
really, the only parent there was Goldsack, who's got a baby.
But what was weird about tonight's?
But a few of the parents of the players were there.
Yeah, absolutely. But what was weird, in a way, and one of the challenges of the gig was that we very rarely do we jump on stage, whether it's a comedy festival gig or a gig at Fairfield or a corporate, where it's very much an age group, like 20.
Yeah,
it was 20 to 30-year-olds.
Yeah,
with.
Then again, have you ever done a Rotary Club? I did one yesterday, and I've done one before, and it was exactly. The people look the same. They're all over 60 basically these days.
What would be easier then? What would the Rotary or
oldies? But then again, the young ones laugh a lot when you hang shit on their mates.
Yes,
they love that.
Yes,
whereas the oldies can't really do that kind of stuff because it's like. But see, I've got a lot of material about. Yeah, growing up in the 70s was like this, and all the oldies love that stuff. Yeah. Whereas one of those guys asked me, the one who had the girlfriend Ashley, he said, "How have you been doing comedy?" And I said, "How old are you?" He goes, 21. I said, "Longer than that."
That's weird. I hadn't thought of that. So there are some kids like Jaden Stevenson who may win the Rising Star of the Year. He was there tonight, and I mentioned him a couple of times. Use him as a bit of a
Was he the one with the
a
beanie?
launching off bid. No, that was Nathan Murphy, who
Okay, he's
hasn't
bit of
played a
gun,
game yet.
But he's a bit of a gun, though.
Yeah, no, they're very excited about him. He'll be a good player. But Jaden Stevenson's
Listen,
like
I
18.
like SEN.
But he is. We've got Finey coming up.
Fine. KB's on the morning.
But so Jaden Stevenson, who's like a first year player, he would be at 18, 19, and that's exactly how many years I've been doing comedy for. Wow. That's just,
Wow. I thought you'd been doing it longer. I'm trying. Okay, on this podcast, I'm trying to remember when I first met people. I'm sure I met you at the Star and Garter.
yeah.
A raw comedy.
Yeah, I reckon that was when I met
Heat.
When I met Hughesy as well.
I don't even think it was a heat. I just no, it was just like a normal. And I don't know if I was emceeing or judging or just there, but you were wearing a double-breasted suit jacket. And you did pretty well. I thought you were good.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I did Raw twice.
Yeah. You did the Star and Garter though, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
thought
Bob Franklin, I think, was MC.
Yeah, right.
Um,
I might have just been there because when you're young and keen, you go to any of those things.
Yeah, and I did a thing where the first year I missed out to like Damien Callan got through to the Victorian final. Mooney, I think Adam Richard.
Oh, great, yeah.
So it was a really a good year. And then that was that was.
But you would have started in the 90s.
But in '96, so it was literally my those gigs were literally my third and fourth, fifth gigs.
I remember talking to you, and I said, "What?" You said you worked in a bottle shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to pass it. It's like Dan
God.
Murphy's in Alphington.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I remember said, "What else do you do for a job?"
I've come so far.
Yeah. And you said you worked in a bottle shop. I remember that because you had good jokes. You had good written jokes, I reckon.
Yes, I did, and I watched on my DVD, my last DVD, One Hot Mess. On the extras, there's only the one, and it's me watching myself doing my first gig ever.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So what subjects did you do? Something about bananas? No, I'm trying to remember some of your
I did
jokes.
fish and chips, maximum chips.
Maximum chips. See, I would have loved that. I love that joke.
Yeah.
I ordered maximum chips
Yeah.
because I ordered minimum chips. I got one. And, and you used to do the extra potato cake.
Extra potato cake, yeah.
That's a great routine.
Which I think came in my fourth gig or something like that.
Yeah,
And,
the extra potato. I always think of that routine. Man, you should bring that back. It's a fucking great routine.
It is good. Yeah, occasionally I do.
Minimum chips though I think it's just in some states.
Oh yeah, well this is one of the big lessons. All right, so I do my first joke that I do on stage is. I had a weird start to the week. I walked into a fish and chip shop and ordered maximum chips.
Yeah.
They brought out $1,200 worth of chips.
Great job.
Then I got home. There was two drunk guys dressed as seagulls wanting my chips, and eventually I ended up dropping that part of the joke.
Yeah.
But it always worked, and occasionally I will bring it out like at a corporate gig.
Yeah.
But this is the big lesson. After about 2 years doing comedy, I got invited up to
Queensland?
do a tour to New South Wales. And at the Harold Park, famous comedy venue.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to start with maximum chips. That's my gold.
King.
And I did the joke, and I realised really quickly that they ordered fish and chips differently in New South Wales.
Yes. They just said potato cake, and they're like, it's a fucking scallop or something.
It was just, it wasn't
come on,
good.
where are you from, mate? Where are you from?
And I had an okay gig in the end.
Yeah.
But not, I was headlining. I was the Victorian kind of
young gun.
The ad was like the golden boy of
because
comedy.
you had a pretty good start in comedy, I reckon. You were pretty good.
I did. I mean, I started in '96 and was doing the Rove pilot in early '99, late '96.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Adam Richard was a bit of a rising star. Will Anderson.
Hughesy was around.
Hughesy had been around for a couple of years.
He's more 94, 95.
Yeah, so...
American Rosso.
And they were...
Green Grant.
They took me under my wing because I met Mez through doing community radio.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Mez, has been one of my best mates in
and
comedy.
Collingwood supporter.
Yeah.
Should have been at the gig tonight.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was promised. He said he'd come, but he didn't tell me. He's in Sydney. Oh wow, there you go. And then it's just man. So you've been going about 25 years then.
No,
96.
no, 96.
No, that's
22.
Yeah, right.
22
yeah,
years.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's actually longer than I thought, actually. Yeah, 22.
Yeah. Still, what a career.
Oh, I love it. What else would you do?
Yeah, exactly. What would you do? Well, work in the bottle shop. We're just going to pass it.
But no, and I love the community. I really do. Like, I always think the people who have worked hard and have gotten rewards.
Yeah. Hard work is generally rewarded.
I think so. I mean, obviously you got to have comedic talent.
A bit of luck too.
Yeah.
Sometimes people misdirect their hard work, I reckon. So they put all their time into, writing a script, or they spend years on it, or writing a book, that kind of thing. And you've written a book. It's a lot of work, but you're better off getting the deal before you write it.
Yes.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I always say to people, just write a few chapters. Don't write the whole fucking thing.
No, exactly right. Yeah.
Don't do that.
This is a sample. Like a sample of 10,000 words, and
No, generally, if you stick at it and you've got talent, also people skills come into it, I reckon.
Absolutely. We're such a small industry in a way that if you piss people off,
it's really. So you can just they'll just go, because you know what, it's a buyer's market, it's not a seller's market. So let's go, that guy.
Well, people need to want to work with you.
Yeah, the same thing about getting in a cardinal jury is the same thing about doing a TV or a radio show. It's exactly
absolutely.
We go, no, that guy's a fuckhead.
Yeah, I'm sure you do it when people ask you to do gigs. You're like, okay, can I choose the bill? Can I bring?
Definitely.
Can I bring Dave O'Neill with me? Can I bring Rosie? Adam Rosenbach or Ben Lomas? Guys who you're going to have a fun time with.
Exactly. Look, you're listening to the Debrief with Pete. I've almost driven him home. Hang on. No, the Debrief is supported by SuperSimpleCards.com. Get a pack of greeting cards from Super Simple Cards using the code Debrief at the checkout. SuperSimpleCards.com. Check them out. Look, they're made in Australia. They're made in Gippsland. And they're powered by solar. Yeah, there's no trees to cut down to make the cards. And the cards are compostable too. You can chuck them in the compost when you're finished with them, if you receive one. So find a link in the show notes or go to SuperSimpleCards.com. Get 10% off your entire order when you use the code Debrief at the checkout. All shipping is free. Get a great pack of environmentally friendly cards. It'll save you time and money. Yeah, it's a good idea. Go to SuperSimpleCards.com. All right, back to the show. You're back on the Debrief with Peter Helliar, star of many TV shows. The Project. How long have you been doing the Project now?
I think 5 or 6 years.
Is that hard to do that every night? Is it like a radio show where you have to... I've done morning radio. I know what that's like.
The difference between a radio show is the content comes to you, which is great as a comedian. You don't have to kind of go, okay, what do I need to talk about today?
Yeah.
It's all chosen, so...
Is that the TV shows like that, or the radio?
The
shows?
Projects like that.
Yeah,
like the radio shows,
okay.
you need to kind of come up with stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. Someone asked me tonight, you did radio. What's that like? I said, well, you get up at 4:30, you get there at 5, and some guy just goes, "What are you going to talk about?" Some guy, the producer.
Yeah.
What do you got? What are you talking about? You got 2 breaks. What are you talking about?
I remember doing breakfast radio, and this is when I decided that I don't think I wanted to do it anymore. Was when we were having a lovely dinner at Red Hill. Down in the Mornington Peninsula.
The Peninsula.
And it was a Sunday night, and with my family, my in-laws, and we were ordering at Merrick's General Store.
Oh yeah,
beautiful place to have lunch, and we're there, and the menu came around, and I'd been talking to my wife about I don't have anything to talk about tomorrow on radio.
Yeah.
So I ordered.
That's a problem.
The menu came around. I saw there was an ox tongue.
Oh, you ordered
and I was like, I ordered the ox tongue simply to have something to talk about on radio the next day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I didn't like the ox tongue. I didn't like the texture. I knew I wasn't going to like it. I didn't like it. And I was like, well, that's kind of radio. They're the kind of things.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Yeah.
And also, did your wife ever get pissed off that you talked about stuff that she thought was private?
Nah, my wife's
pretty good.
My wife is very good, actually. Like she helps shape stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And also, she helps a lot in my show. Not like where she'll sit down and kind of like, oh, this is what you should do, but just she observes stuff that I sometimes miss.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Mate, that's a very good ice cream shop we've just gone past, Fairy Hills.
Yeah.
You do ice cream?
Yeah, I haven't been there. I
went there today.
I've been living in this area for a while. You went there today?
I went there today. My daughter played a footy match
in May.
Here.
It's like June. So June.
Well, I said to the kids, all right, you played footy, and all my kids are with me. If my wife was there, there's no way we would have stopped the ice cream shop. But I was with, and I said, let's just get a milkshake, all right? It's a bit weird to get an ice cream. Then we go in the shop, I'm like, oh, fuck, get an ice cream if you want, I don't care. Anyway, I had a milkshake, it was fucking beautiful.
Keep going out here.
Oh, can we go back? This is amazing around here. I like this area. I won't say where it is, I don't want anyone to follow you.
Beverly Hills, California.
Yeah, Beverly Hills. Point Piper, near Turnbull. That's where we are. Okay, I've got some questions. So, what went well tonight and why? I ask everyone these questions. Okay?
I think
Man, they're going off a bit. You talk about Jesus.
Yeah, there's a part.
I love that bit.
Yeah, there's a part. I wasn't sure about that bit. So there's a part of the show where I talk about the fact that I get to think of stupid stuff for a living, and my wife actually has to think of serious stuff like the welfare of our kids.
That's right. That's funny.
And I'm always a bit conflicted by it because it's not. It's there's a truth to it, but there's it's obviously being simplified. I do worry about my kids and all of that, but and I take out various bits of paper that I've written notes on in the middle of the night, and they are kind of all based on that stuff, and that went really well. That was funny. There's a part about, and I really didn't know how it was going to go. That where is teenage Jesus in the Bible, and that got a really big like. But you know what's really interesting about that? I actually want to know. Some of the other jokes are like the notes that I've written. The chickens know they have wishbones and gravy boats aren't good boats. Because all the fluids on the inside.
Where is teenage Jesus?
Yeah, like it's just like he's born. Like you imagine Steve Jobs' biography, and it's just and they don't cover any. He's born, and then at the end he's in a turtleneck and he dies of cancer. It's like, didn't he do stuff? Didn't he invent a computer in between?
That was good. What didn't go well?
Didn't go well. The vasectomy stuff at the end, I think we got away with.
Oh yeah. No, there would be. I almost said yes when I almost said I've got one, but didn't know if that was going to help.
There was some stuff about screen time that I did that worked really well in my live show that maybe didn't go as well. Maybe
it's not an issue.
Maybe you need an outsider's perspective. When I say an outsider's perspective, somebody the older generation, 40-year-olds, to have that where they're so immersed in screen time, and that maybe they don't see the irony or the troubles with it. Maybe
they're digital natives, not immigrants.
We went okay, but it didn't land as much as it does. When I'm doing it in a normal show.
Were there any organisational hazards that got in the way?
Organisational hazards.
Well, we got there and there was a big comedy moat.
Oh yes, there was that. And the lights weren't great. The sound was just okay. Like I said earlier, everything was just okay. Just good enough to do a show. Without feeling, And these guys as well, they've played a game of AFL football, so they're all a bit sore. They've done the recovery. They're a bit tired. They were really good, but when Nick asked me to do it, I was a bit, like, did they really want to sit down and watch comedy?
I know, but they loved it.
Yeah, they did. They were really good.
How can we do better next time?
Yeah.
How can we do better? Maybe get Merrick to come down.
Have Jerry Seinfeld. I think the things that I would do differently would maybe be get the room a little bit,
Yeah.
Just the things that we mentioned already.
Sure.
The sound a little bit better. The stage, it'll be closer to the audience. We did move it, it was. And maybe close off. It's quite a big room, like close off a section of it. Yeah.
Yes, but it was a success overall.
I think so.